Nikki. Be there. I thought you were working late tonight.
I didn't. Who were you just talking to?
Me? No one.
You're lying. You were talking to somebody on the phone. Don't be secretive. It gets my mind working in strange ways.
I'm not being evasive. It was, I was calling to get the correct time.
I'll tell you what time it is. It's too late. And you can use that phone more productively.
How's that?
Well, I think maybe you can call up Dr. Nicholas, you know, patch things up with him, get in his good graces, and then find out what he's up to. It's the only way we're going to know.
I don't believe you're saying this. I mean, don't you realize that if I were to do that, you would have to move out? This cage only has room for so many.
No, I wouldn't mind staying in the Y a couple of days, you know. It might be worth it.
Just moved in. Tired of me already?
No, I'm tired of poverty and insignificance.
Oh, so you're willing to throw me to the lions to save you from it. Thank you very much.
Come on. Don't be oversensitive. Be sensible, darling. We both know that Dr. Nicky is replacing his serum. I don't know how far he's gotten. I'd like to know that. I'd like to get my hands on it. I have dreams I never even told you about. You won't regret it if you help me make them come true.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I don't know.
Jake, please don't. Don't apologize.
Hold your head, Lincoln.
Oh, Mother, Mr. Capwell, I don't know nothing about birds and no horses.
Will you stop kidding around?
What's kidding around? I've never been around a horse that had a baby before. My mother didn't think I needed to know this stuff.
Well, you can see how wrong she is. Now, I've never done this stuff before either, so we're going to have to learn together. Now, why don't you go get some water?
Oh, it's not even sterile here. Why don't you just give the horse some sugar and I'll go get a vet?
There is no time for that. Now, would you come over here and hold her head? We're not going to lose this foal.
So what it boils down to is that I've been tricked. We are deceived, shang bloody hide by that damned Eleanor character, whatever she is. She brought me back here against my will.
So it seems.
Yeah, so it does. And you were the guiding genius behind this whole plot, weren't you?
Jeffrey, all I did was hire crews to find you and bring you back here.
Kelly, if I'd wanted to be here, I wouldn't have left town in the first place. And if I'd wanted to come back, I would have done it under my own volition.
No, Jeffrey. If I'm destined to be without you forever, I think you at least owe me an explanation as to why. That is the reason I brought you back, to tell me why you left. You're the district attorney in this burg. Why aren't you out with the cops searching for the serum?
Don't be ridiculous. Do I look like the lost and found to you?
Oh, no, it's just that you're so hot to find it. I would think that you'd be moving heaven and earth.
I think, dear, you're mistaking me for Atlas here. I have a hard time moving you.
I don't know what you expect to accomplish. So I go to Nicky. I ask him, how's it going with the serum? He says, oh, it's going great. Or he says, it's going lousy. Where does it put us?
Come on, I happen to go along with your theory about Lionel. I think he stole the stuff, but not to brush his teeth with. I think he gave it to Caroline, which means your doctor has to replace the stuff. I want to find out if he's gotten started, if in fact he knows the procedure.
No, I'm sure he does. He did it before. I'm sure he can...
I don't want your suppositions. I don't want your testaments of faith. I want you to shake your shiny little heels over there and find out what he's up to.
I can't believe you're saying this. I mean, do I really mean so little to you? Am I so unimportant that you have no qualms about sending me into Nicky's arms?
Yeah, sure I have qualms.
Well, where are they? Aren't you gonna... How are you gonna forgive yourself if I go back with him?
I'm a pragmatist, let's say. You know, if you go over there and get what I want you to get, I think I can forgive anything, even me putting you up to this.
I don't believe it.
Oh, come on.
How could a woman ever be fool enough to get involved with you? I don't understand it. I'm just glad I figured it out.
Hey, come on. Don't make a federal case out of this. I'm asking you to do one little thing.
Don't talk.
No, come on. Well, you're turning into Tristan and Isolde, but it's an opera.
Never mind. Just never. You're disgusting.
Just don't get it. In all these months, you've been keeping me at arm's length. And then finally, when I break down and I kiss you, you don't apologize.
Isn't that kind of a mixed signal?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt you, Jake. I don't want to lead you on. I'm married, and I love my husband. We have problems, and I want to work them out. I want to give our marriage a chance.
And being here with me probably isn't the answer.
I know. But when you kissed me, it clicked, and I had such a powerful feeling inside me.
It happened to me, too. I'm not sorry that it did. I wish that you weren't.
I'm not. I wouldn't change it if I could. Jake, this has got to stop. We've both got to work on trying to stop this.
Both?
I need your help.
That's not a very fair thing to ask. I don't want it to stop.
Please. Jake, I want to be your friend. But if you don't promise me that you can help me, I can't see you anymore, and I don't want that.
There you go. You got it. Keep your head down.
I'm trying.
Okay, come on. Come on, dancer. Okay, here it is. Okay, you got it. Okay. Come on, dancer. Come on. You keep the head down.
I'm trying.
Here it is. Oh. There it is. You got it. It's free. Oh, you did it. There you go. Huh?
You were wonderful. Oh, you worked so hard. Hey, let me give you something to drink. I'm so glad you made me stay. So glad I was here.
Thank you.
I thought I was going to faint at first.
Sit down. I'm telling you. What makes you realize how tough you can be, huh? You realize this might help you out in future life problems, huh?
I'm always going to remember tonight.
Yeah.
You know what? I also remembered something that I almost forgot.
Yeah?
How much beauty there is in the world. And how much joy comes out of so much pain.
Darn it, now that is the Lakin I used to know and love.
Please, won't you tell me, Jeffrey?
God, it's hard to argue with you.
And don't. Jeffrey, I can deal with whatever it is. I mean, the important thing is that we don't keep secrets from each other. We agreed to that.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, then.
Okay. I was married once.
Married?
Yeah, it was 5 years ago. Her name was Elizabeth. We lived in Scotland.
Are you still married to her?
No, she's dead.
What happened?
She was killed in a car accident. The brakes failed and the car crashed. She died before they even got her to hospital.
I'm sorry.
Not exactly the whole story, though, Kelly. You see, I was accused of her murder.
Say 15. How long do you want to keep at this?
Just a little while longer. Look, I know you're tired, but it's vital. We've got to duplicate the serum as soon as possible.
I know. I'm willing to keep at it as long as you are.
What's frightening is that the stolen serum might fall into the wrong hands. They might try and sell it to a pharmaceutical company. Or worse yet, they could market it. That would be disastrous in its present experimental state.
Excuse me.
Sophia.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
No. It's a welcomed interruption. You know my colleague, Dr. Marcus, Sophia Capwell.
Yes, we've met. It's nice to see you again, Miss
Nice
Kepler.
to see you again, too, Dr. Marcus.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll do some computer entry.
No, why don't we call it quits for tonight? We'll be much fresher early tomorrow morning.
Whatever you say. It's nice to see you again, Miss Capwell.
Bye-bye.
What brings you out here so late in the evening?
Actually, I was attending a lecture at the university. I saw your light on, thought I'd say hello. I didn't mean to stop you from working.
No, you didn't. I'm glad you came by. You look quite wonderful.
Thank you.
And I'm flattered that you decided to pay me a visit.
Actually, I wanted to ask you a question. Do you have any idea why Jeffrey left town so quickly?
I assume it had to do with some kind of lover's quarrel between Jeffrey and Kelly. Look, I have every confidence they can work it out. They're very sensible people.
And trustworthy.
I beg your pardon?
Do you consider Jeffrey trustworthy?
Of course I do.
That's good to know.
That's a very odd question. You have some reason to think that he isn't.
Oh, I wasn't implying that he isn't. It's just that I have a feeling about him that he has some sort of secret from his past that he's never told us.
Now, everybody has a little secret in their past that they prefer not to bring to light. It doesn't make us bad or dangerous. It might make us even more intriguing. We all love a mystery, don't we?
No, I don't. Not as far as people's characters are concerned. I like to know who's who and what they've done.
Good. So when it comes to Jeffrey, you don't have to worry. I find him forthright. I trust him implicitly.
You sound so positive.
Of course I do. I'm a very good judge of human nature, Sophia.
Well, I would really like to be able to relax and let you reassure me. But you know, I have the same feeling about you. That you know something about Jeffrey that you're not letting on.
Well, it feels a little better now. Huh? Now I got a spare shirt on hand. You okay?
I was just thinking how nice it would be if we could turn back the clock a couple years.
To when?
Oh, let's see. Probably that summer that you went down to Hollywood and I followed you. Did you know that was the first time I realized I was in love with you?
No, I never really thought about that.
I told Jade she was so jealous because she wanted to be in love with Danny and she wasn't.
Well, probably just as well. Right? I mean, you did hear about Danny's drug problem. He's in drug rehabilitation right now.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, it's probably the best thing for him. You know, I mean, getting proper help like that.
You're right. It just seems that so many unhappy things have happened since I left Santa Barbara. I feel like this whole town has changed.
Well, now, wait a minute here. I mean, I thought you really liked the ski instructor. I mean, when you called, it sounded like you were on top of the world.
Oh, I probably was, but 10 minutes later, then I just fell off. Smash.
You want to tell me about it?
No, not really.
Okay.
Anyway, after it was over, I just hopped on my magic credit card and flew off to New York City to be with my mother.
Well, how was that?
Oh, you know Mom. She hasn't changed. But I had. Found out I'd become just like her. Really self-involved and manipulative. I didn't like myself a whole lot.
Hey. That's not true. You're being too hard on yourself. You're not like that at all. Oh, you're good old Lakin.
Same old Lakin.
Yeah.
Wouldn't matter much if I was, would it? There's no hope for us. Because you have Haley.
There's more to it than that, Kelly.
Well, then, for heaven's sake, tell me. Get it out in the open, Jeff. Trust me.
I wasn't merely a suspect. But like I said, I was arrested. I was put on trial for Elizabeth's murder. Do you understand that?
But how could they do that? You just told me it was a mechanical failure. Brakes in her car went out.
Because they thought I tampered with them, that's how.
Now, why on earth would they think you'd want to kill your wife?
It's complicated, Kelly. My wife, she came from a very wealthy family. They never approved of me or the marriage. But Elizabeth had this independent trust fund, see, and we were pretty much living on that while I tried to make a career for myself as a musician. Naturally, her mother and father weren't too enamored with that aspect of it either.
Did you love each other?
We had a lot of physical attraction, but that was it, you know. We weren't really matched.
Were you as attracted to her as you are to me? I mean, I hope you still are.
Kelly, it was a long time.
I know it was, but were you?
Look. I have never been attracted to anyone the way I am to you, okay? Anyway, we had quarreled and had been quarreling the night that she died. She came to me. She told me that she was leaving me. She packed a suitcase and she drove away. It had been foggy that night, and her car went off the bloody bridge. After they hoisted up and they examined it, they suspected that the brakes had been tampered with. So I was arrested, charged, and tried.
But they acquitted you?
No. It wasn't an innocent or a guilty verdict. You see, it's a verdict that only exists in the British Isles. That's called not proven. Because of that, they had to let me go.
What are you doing, sneaking up behind me like that?
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Well, that's not the way to do it. You almost gave me a heart attack.
Well, I guess I'm not a very accomplished prowler. What are you so jumpy about?
Look, ever since the theft, I've been that way, all right? I see burglars behind every damn beaker.
Well, I can understand that. I guess I would, too. Now you're going to have to be working such long hours. You're going to be in the lab all night. I wish there was something I could do to help you.
What did you have in mind?
Oh, I don't know. I could take notes or type things up. Whatever it is that you need.
Yeah, well, that last sounds very useful. I have lots of needs, but they're best satisfied back at the apartment.
I know I drive you mad with desire. But I wish our relationship was a little more outgoing.
Outgoing? What do you mean outgoing?
Well, we went out in public more often. It's as if you're ashamed to be seen with me.
Oh, Gina, look, that's nonsense. The truth is that I really like being alone with you.
I like being alone with you, too. But I also like being together with you. I'm proud of you. It's fun showing you off. Going out with a famous person. If you just let me do it more often.
Uh-huh. Look, all fame does is bring curiosity seekers. People who just invade your own privacy.
Well, it's just that I would like to talk to you more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, about you and your work.
Look, Gina, you need to go home. I've got a few more entries to make in the ledger, and then I will call you on the cell phone, okay? Please.
Whatever you say.
That's my girl.
Before I go, can I ask you a question? Are you making any progress? I know how anxious you are to perfect the serum before anybody else.
Gina, you are much too inquisitive for your own good. Because of the theft, I've got to keep a tight lid on this. And you of all people should know about that.
I can't get used to the secrecy. It's just not like me. I tell everybody everything.
I know.
I'm sorry about the other day. The only person I talked to was Lionel. And it'll never happen again.
Don't insist. I will not talk about the work, Gina. See, I've learned. Never trust anyone. And you'll never be betrayed.
To be perfectly honest, I probably haven't given Haley a fair shake. I've talked to her before, but I really don't even know her.
Well, once you do, I'll bet anything you're going to like her.
Oh, I know I will. I mean, if you cared enough to marry her, I'm sure she's wonderful. But to tell you you the truth, she's not exactly the person I thought you'd end up with.
No? Who'd you think I'd end up with?
Well, no one particular person. Just someone who is lively and popular, came from a good family. Someone more your equal.
She is more than my equal, believe me.
I meant socially.
Now wait, Lake, don't be that kind of snob.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know you've been through a lot lately. I read about that rape. God.
Yeah. Been through some pretty tough times. But we're getting back together. You know, we're working on it. You know, we've got a ways to go, but we're gonna make it happen.
Well, I know if you really want to, you can. And I'll be rooting for you. Because more than anything, I want you to be happy.
I want that for you, too.
Good. Then maybe we'll both get what we want.
So, there it is. Now you know everything about me. I guess it hasn't been too easy for you to hear all this. I know that I tried my damnedest to keep it from you.
Why, Jeffrey? Because you were afraid?
Yeah, I guess so. But I'm not afraid for myself. I know that I'm innocent. I didn't want to hurt you.
Why did you think this would hurt me so much?
Oh, come on, Kelly. You've had so many warnings about me from your family. Look, your father, he's totally against
tell me
me.
Something. Did my father put any pressure on you to leave town and have anything at all to do with that?
It was my own decision to leave.
I'm sure it was. It's not what I asked you. Did he influence you at all?
No. I made up my own mind. So don't blame him for it.
What does a verdict not proven mean?
It's a legal term used in Scotland. You know, it's just it's an alternative finding for a jury who basically believes that the defendant committed the crime he's been accused of, but just doesn't think there's enough material evidence to warrant a conviction. Yeah, it's a sort of a twilight zone between not guilty and guilty. Except the accused gets to go free. So now that I've told you everything, do you think we can try starting over with a clean slate?
I don't know, Jeffrey. I need to think about it.
Sorry, I was miles away.
Yeah, I know.
It's getting late. Gotta get home. Thanks for introducing me to the Grunion.
I'm sure the Grunion are very flattered by your interest.
Thanks for being so nice to me. For listening to me.
I should be thanking you. I owe you a lot. You did me a favor tonight.
Did I? What?
You gave me a chance to tell you how I feel about you, Haley. And you don't know how long I've been waiting to do that.
I gotta set something straight here. I'm married, Jake, and I love my husband. I don't want you to think that I'm playing around.
Oh, I know that.
Jake,
no.
You're wasting your time with me. You are so handsome, so kind and loving. You deserve a woman who can give you that back. Gotta go look for her.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. But I don't see where it'd do me much good.
How do you know?
Because anyone that I'd see, I'd just end up comparing to you. And they wouldn't stack up.
Jake.
No, that's the truth. I might as well just go ahead and say it all now. Haley, the first time that I saw you, I knew right away that you're a very special person. The day that you walked into the Abernathy stables and you brought in that lunch bag for Ted, do you remember that? When I saw you, I said, wow, there she is. Girl I've been waiting for. And then I found out that you were married to Ted.
You can't keep saying these things because, see, I don't know how to deal with them.
You don't have to deal with it. You don't have to even think about it. I just wanted to tell you how I felt.
If you honestly think that I can forget what you've just told me, I mean, go home and not remember what you've just told me.
Yeah, you can if you try. Just go on doing what you were doing, trying to patch things up with Ted, and be as happy with him as you can. I want you to be. I mean that sincerely. And if anything ever happens, I'll be there for you.
Mom, is Haley home?
No, honey, I haven't seen it. What in the world happened to you?
Oh, you're not going to believe this. I was at the stables tonight, and Wind Dancer, I don't know if you know her, had a fall. I was 2 weeks ahead of schedule. There was nobody around, and I delivered it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Is she all right?
No, she's fine. Fine.
What, you mean you did it all by yourself? No one helped you?
Yeah, no. Well, no, Lakin was there. She helped out a little bit.
Lakin?
Yeah. But she helped out a lot. So, Mom, I'm gonna go take a shower. I'll see you in a bit, okay?
Dad, wait. Are you and Haley having more problems?
I say that because Lakin was there?
Because I'm concerned.
Well, we're having problems. Yeah, but we're working on it.
Well, I hope so. Because I'm worried about the two of you.
You don't have to, Mom. Don't worry.
I can't help it. It's my job to worry. I'm worried about all of you. None of you seem to be happy. I really thought that we'd all have a little peace since we lost Eden.
Mom, come here. Don't. You worry too much. Right? You don't have to. We're all going to be fine.
I hope so, because I know you and Haley love each other. Just promise me one thing. That you won't let anything or anybody come between the love you have for each other.
I won't. I promise.
Oh, you're home, darling. Thank you for taking your time.
Don't start with me. It's been a rough day.
I don't want to hear your complaints. What did you call? Did you find anything? No? Yes?
Next to nothing.
Oh, terrific. I sent you out to do one night's work and you can't do it.
He doesn't trust anybody. He won't tell anybody anything.
That's why I sent you and not the next door neighbor, because he trusts you.
Well, he doesn't in this case, so you can just stop yelling at me. I did the best I
Wait a
could.
second. I'm sorry. Wait a second. This has told me a lot. It may not have told you anything, obviously, but it's told me a lot.
What do you mean?
I mean that he doesn't trust you with this information. Means he's scared. Means he's hiding something. Means he's close to perfecting the formula.
I have never seen anybody make so much out of so little. You should be designing clothes for the Emperor. I didn't hear that in what he said. I didn't then, and I don't now.
Yeah, I know. You're not trained in listening or thinking either, dear.
Don't insult me, Keith. I won't do any more little favors for you.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to minimize your other talents. It's just that you're not, expert in espionage. What was he doing?
Doing? He was talking.
No, was he talking? What was he doing? Physically, what was he doing?
I don't know. He was busy doing something. He seemed kind of nervous about it.
Oh, terrific. He was doing the formula right under your nose. I don't believe it.
Well, if he was, he didn't say so.
You did your best. It's okay. We'll just see what sort of pops up here, I gotta be in court early in the morning, so I think I'll give you a night off.
Oh, don't tell me you're going to withhold your sexual favors. Golly gee.
No, sweetheart, only temporarily. I thought I'd turn in with a good book. Maybe you should do the same thing. We'd improve ourselves, give it a rest.
Sure. Yeah, I'm tired, too. I'm just surprised you are.
Well, contrary to what you believe, I'm not. Let's see, how shall I put this? Man of steel. So, I'm going to go to sleep. You turn off the lights. Night, night.
Here. I thought you might need that.
Oh, how considerate of you. I can hardly keep my eyes open.
Yeah, get undressed or...
Darling, don't try seduction.
You sleepy bug.
Don't flatter yourself. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm sure that I'll probably fall asleep before my head even hits the pillow. Good night.
All right.
Gosh, we're just like a newlywed couple. Only we sleep in separate beds.
I thought you were gone for good.
I know. I thought I had too.
What changed your mind?
Well, it's a long story. I didn't exactly change my mind. Kelly had me traced and brought back.
Kelly?
Yep. She loves me, Alex. Or at least she loved me that much to do that. So I decided to leave everything to fate and tell her the whole story. About my wife, the trial, everything.
Good. I'm glad you did. It was a good decision. Because if you hadn't done it, Cece would have. And Kelly would never have forgiven you for deceiving her.
Yeah, well, that's it. See, I don't know that she has forgiven me yet.
What do you mean? Well, how did she react?
Well, after I'd finished telling her, I asked her if we could, try starting over again.
Yeah.
And she just looked at me, for the longest time, like she was just looking at me for the first time. And then all she said was that she'd have to think about it.
That's very surprising.
Yeah, it surprised me too.
Where is she now?
She went home. I guess she has to try and work this one out by herself. Although I tell you, if she has to think about it, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't know, man. Maybe I should just leave town again and really disappear this time. I just have this terrible feeling that I've lost her for good, Alex.
I don't know what to do, Mom. I mean, everything's clear. I know he's not holding anything back from me, and that's all I'd wanted, But now, all of it, I almost wish he didn't tell me.
Well, I can understand how you feel, but I'm very glad he told you. I wish he'd told you sooner and not waited till he was backed up into a corner.
Yeah, well, Mama, I mean, he didn't have to tell me then, did he? He could have refused that. You don't really like him, do you? Feel like Daddy does?
I have my reservations. I can't deny it.
And, Mama, I mean, obviously the court, they can't prove that he did it. Doesn't that say something?
Kelly, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what went on. It could have been a poorly presented case. Maybe it was lack of evidence. We don't know.
So, in other words, you're saying that maybe he's guilty?
I'm in no position to make a judgment like that. I would have nothing to base it on. Yes, he could be guilty, but he's told you that he isn't. You believe him. The justice system let him go.
There's not much faith in Jeffrey, is it? Mama, look, why would he tell me at all? Why would he risk losing me unless he was innocent?
Because maybe he didn't want it to come from another source.
I know what he's going through, Mama. I mean, if anybody, I know what it's like to be falsely accused. And if I didn't have that hard evidence to clear me, and remember, Jeffrey believed in me way before he knew about the evidence. And the more I think about it, the more I remember he was so brave and and gentle with me when we were running away from the police. And, I mean, it's almost impossible for me to believe that he could have hurt his wife, anybody else for that matter.
Well, honey, maybe you're right. You certainly are closer to him than I am.
I think I was treating him. Mama, I didn't tell him that I believed him when he asked me to forgive him. I said, I'll think about it. Can you imagine? Jeffrey's probably convinced that I don't love him.
No, these are in English. Well, you mind him well,
Gina?
Keith?
Келли, я страшно волновался.
Извини.
Уже почти 10 часов.
Я знаю.
Где ты была?
Я расстроилась после того, как побывала у Джонни. Мне хотелось отвлечься. Я пошла в кино, я посмотрела какой-то фильм, но даже не помню, о чем он был.
Ну, ты могла бы позвонить. Вдруг что-то случилось.
Прости. Мне очень жаль, что я сорвалась. Ты не сердишься?
Нет.
Спасибо.
А у меня приятная новость. Плесунья сегодня ожеребилась.
Это должно было случиться через 2 недели.
Знаю, она преподнесла нам сюрприз. Но с ним все в порядке. Самое главное то, что я сам принимал роды.
Один?
Да. Понимаешь, все началось так неожиданно. Я не успел вызвать ветеринара.
Но ведь ты никогда не делал ничего подобного.
Да, я не был уверен, что у меня получится. Но все вышло удачно. Жеребенок замечательный, и плесунья в полном порядке.
Я тобой горжусь.
Спасибо. Я тоже собой горжусь.
Конечно. Это значит, что теперь ты стал настоящим коневодом.
Да. Как говорит отец, одним приходится добиваться славы, а к другим она приходит сама. Ладно. Я порядком устал. Пойду посплю, если ты не против.
Да, конечно. Я все понимаю.
Спокойной ночи.
Спокойной ночи. Поздравляю тебя.
Спасибо.
Доброй ночи.
Ты шла следом за мной?
Ничего подобного.
Значит, ты отправилась сама по себе, но с той же целью, что и я. Ты хотела выкрасть сыворотку. Тебе не стыдно?
Только вор способен поймать вора.
Чтобы поймать тебя, нужна целая шайка, милая. А ты не знаешь, как выглядит эта сыворотка?
Понятия не имею.
Восхитительно.
А ты тоже этого не знаешь?
Ты шутишь. Я завалил экзамен по химии в колледже.
Как же ты собирался ее украсть?
Надеялся, что догадаюсь, что она попадется мне на глаза. Что это?
Просто блеск. Придется куковать тут всю ночь. Что теперь делать?
Выбора нет, подождем до утра.
И как мы будем развлекаться?
Попробуем отыскать сыворотку. А там что-нибудь сообразим.
А я думала, что ты слишком устал для этого.
Детка, ты заблуждаешься. Я устал куда меньше, чем кажется.
Gina?
Джина?
Gina?
Джина?
Gina?
Джина?
Gina? 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 Gina?
Что это?
Доктор Николас сказал мне, где...
Это же мой билет.
Я знаю. Я не хочу, чтобы ты уезжал. Я верю тебе, Джеффри.
Ты же сомневалась во мне?
С чего ты взял?
Нет, постой. Ты должна абсолютно доверять мне.
Я доверяю. Доверяю. Я люблю тебя. И безгранично тебе доверяю.
Келли, я очень тебя люблю. Господи, как я люблю тебя. Авторы сценария Бриджит Добсон, Джером Добсон. Режиссер Деннис Тейнмитц. Роли озвучивали актеры Александра Кожевникова, Татьяна Иванова, Галина Чигинская, Елена Ставрогина, Борис Тетерин, Валера Захарьев, Олег Куликович и Станислав Концевич. Над фильмом работали Марина Андошская, Мария Орлова, Владимир Кирьянов и Алексей Чумаков. Телесериал «Санта-Барбара» подготовлен к показу российской государственной компании «Русское видео».